It's the end of the year, year end, and year here, year do be ending year we do. With 2007 being around the corner, the question at place is, was this your year? Because it wasn't mine, sadly. You clicking on this video probably means that it wasn't yours either. I'm sorry I don't make the rules. So let's watch our planet take a new circle, taking us 1 year farther away from God. My name is Skull and I have been listening to a bunch of albums the last year, around 150 to be exact, which is enough. Now, of those albums, 80% were pretty enjoyable, seeing me come back for a second or third listen. Then some were not qualified for another listen, which are the albums that we will discuss today. Now, I will probably do a best projects of 2024 list after this video, so if you want to see that, give little old me a little like or a follow, please. Or write your worst album of 2024 in the comments. If one of you filthy animals writes down the name of one of my pop queens, so help me God! Jojo Siva, guilty pleasure. I'm going to start off with an EP as like an honorable mention, just because I didn't talk about her when everybody was shitting on her, so here's me now talking about her. Jojo Siva, guilty pleasure, has 5 songs, which I only remember 2 thanks to them being played on TikTok to death. I have to say, I have my guilty pleasures, but this is just unlistenable. She basically re-recorded a bunch of demos that her label gave her, and doing that, she sucked out all this little bit of soul that those demos had. All I have to say to Jojo is, please sit down with a therapist and not get drunk in Disney, and please don't come to a pride parade in my area. Thank you. With Still Don't Trust You by Metro Boomin and Future. We don't trust you! Thanks to an unspoken canon event involving running around with a stick has started the biggest thing of the year. This excitement wasn't reflected on the second part of the series. Repetitive beats, nonsense lyrics made this sound unfinished. The only interesting cuts had Abel, which made me and my brother theorize that Metro Boomin really just wanted to make it a weekend record, which would have been welcomed instead of this garbage. Me and my brother listened to the entire thing together and tried to keep ourselves awake. Y2K by Ice Spice. Poop jokes, but uninteresting, repetitive beats, no substance. Did I mention poop jokes? This might be the worst debut album ever, at least for now. And the stakes weren't even that high for this girl. I tried to defend Ice Spice for the past year, hoping that, yes, this album will be good. But no, all I got was a I told you so from my brother. Why did you let us down, Ice Spice? Why? Is all you can do butt wiggle and like a one-liner for TikTok? I love you so fucking much by the Glass Animals. This is AJR, but we have a swear word. This is an album that tries to be a concept album, but still plays it very, very safe. Weirdly enough, we'll get 2 more of those on this list. Guess in the comments which one those will be. But there is a genius here. Now, if you look very closely at the album cover, you can see that there's a void behind those eyes, symbolizing the mindset the band had while creating this album. The concept here is that guy likes girl, but girl doesn't really like him or something. I genuinely don't know. I couldn't really follow it. It was fairly boring and I didn't really enjoy myself. I drifted away while playing something on my phone. At some point I just skipped through the last 3 songs and never revisited this album ever again. So yeah, this is my recollection of that. All I know to this day is that none of the songs were used in a Dream SMP fanfic, which is a plus for the band. Timeless by like Megan Trainor. This album should revolve around aging and the essence of time or concept of time or whatever you wanna call this thing. Boils down to a nothing burger. What did you expect when Megan Trainor, out of everybody, write an entire album about time? This is like asking a middle schooler to write you a Broadway musical. There's nothing coming out of there. All this tones down to is very, very basic pop music with the all about that bass claps, like the... To sum this up, it tries to say a lot without saying anything at all, which is mostly what very, very radio-friendly pop music is. You try to offend as few few people as possible. This is music for those people that hate when politics get into art. They just wanna hear female voice go la la. Seductive by Luciano. Luciano, for everyone, is one of the biggest names in German hip-hop, meaning that he is irrelevant for 90% of the world. He had his biggest song last year with BIA, Bamba. This made him think the thing Markiplier thought when he saw a Minecraft cow the first time in 30 years. So he released an unfinished LP with 29 songs, of which 20 are just Bamba copies, and then like 9 demos that were just put on the album. I think he just found them somewhere on his laptop and released them. Most songs also don't feature any rhyming because rhyming is hard. And who needs rhyming when I can just tell you a story and add boo 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 in between that? The rest of the songs, as already mentioned, seemingly don't really have any mix and mastering because that's hard. Not now. I'm busy by Joyner Lucas. You remember Joyner Lucas, the guy that made ADHD, telling us the real problems with this mental illness? Being given cocaine as a toddler? Or was it meth? He is also the guy that criticized Lil Nas X for being gay after releasing songs about riding horse and sandwich. How could he be such a bad role model? Nas X, gay Jesus. Yes, gay Jesus. Cut a slice of Joyner Lucas who talks about hating his bitch-ass family, his girls, his hoes, friend who had an addiction, and it's their fault that they have the addiction, and Joyner Lucas ain't helping. In this album, Joyner Lucas tells us about how much of a bad person he actually is, and how little remorse he has about the people in his life. As long as he can have sex on a balcony in Italy, he doesn't care about anybody. 143 by Katy Perry. I can't read this. The microphone's in the way. This is a woman's world, and I'm glad that I'm living in it. I don't think that Katy is really that glad that she's living in it. Her fucks are just like Perry in Dan Povermeyer's hit TV show Phineas and Ferb. They left as soon as she starts singing. This album feels like Katy asked her PR team, what is popular right now? And they said feminism. This album tries its best to make every woman feel special with the most dulled down definition of empowerment. I don't even believe that this woman is a feminist, just an opportunist that did what a room of businessmen told her would work. Plus, I don't really like Katy Perry for a bunch of reasons, but if you wanna know more about why we don't like Katy Perry, watch the D'Angelo video. Vultures 2 by Tide $. Have you ever listened to a guy slowly dying on a badly produced beat? No? Do you want to? Part 1 of this series had issues. A lot of them. So many issues. But all in all, it had a few moments where I thought to myself, this might be considered music. This one sees not only Kanye mumbling his words, trying to remember where he is like a Alzheimer patient that somehow escaped a nursing home taking a bus. It also has zero production value. The lyrics that he or his handful of features get out of their mouths in a way that I can understand them are awful and or controversial. From Kanye trying to hypnotize me into getting myself a husband and becoming his housewife, to his daughter saying random Japanese words which later on have Myers on it. Don't ask me why. Not even the biggest Kanye supporters can be like, yeah, no, I can listen to this without vomiting. Young Genius by Lil Mabu. From vultures to culture vulture, we have a rich white kid cosplaying as a gangster. Mabu shows himself as the soon-to-be CEO, exploring the drill world full of mystic beings called gangster that only amuse him because he gives them his daddy's money. He tries his best to appear as the sociopathic killer. His songs though have the same depths as a creepypasta like Jeff the Killer or Eyeless Jack. Those lyrics sound like something that a 14-year-old would have written right after he watched The Joker for the first time. Plus, Oppie Days might be the worst song of this year, so dear Jack, dear Joe, Jax. I listened to this because it had 0% on Album of the Year, which you can follow me on if you want to. Link in description. When I first listened to TikTok Millennial Core the musical, I thought it was a sick joke. But no, the evil genius behind this, called Jax, gives us a look into her twisted mind. This album has around 10 interludes where Jax is taking inspiration from the legendary songwriter Colleen Ballinger, freestyling her thoughts on Jeffrey Epstein's suicide over a ukulele beat. Do I even have to say it like that on YouTube? I hate saying it like that. In between Colleen Ballinger's apology extended version, we get a bunch of bad pop tunes, which we get like the usual suspect, like radio pop music, a bunch of bad nursery rhyme, Olivia Rodrigo songs, etc. Like the usual suspect. The only thing that might have been original were the ukulele things, but Colleen Ballinger out of nowhere just dropped her masterpiece before she did, so I'm sorry, Jax. Anyways, this is my list of albums I listened to for no particular reasons. Yeah, see ya.